How's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan. Welcome to CrossWatcher. Usually we do tarot on this channel, but today I have a special full alignment meditation I wanted to share with you today. We're not going to actually do the meditation, so you might want to grab a notebook because we're just going to go through it real quick. I usually spend more than an hour doing this full alignment meditation that I have kind of constructed from different philosophies. It takes me a long time, so we're just going to go through it. So you might need to be prepared to pause, rewind. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments and I will answer them. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so full alignment meditation, the CrossWatcher way. Okay, so this is going to be based on grounding, breath work, crystal healing, Reiki symbols, Kabbalic meditation, and chakra meditation, okay, in a nutshell. All right, so it's a lot involved, okay? So basically I spend a few minutes on each point, going through each point, and I don't know, I don't think there's any way else to explain it. I spend about a couple minutes on each sphere. So if you're not familiar, in the Kabbalic meditations or in the Kabbalic rituals, you have certain spheres, okay, energy spheres, right? Similar to chakras, how we have the crown chakra, third eye, so on and so forth. Well, this is a general meditation for the energy spheres. So keeping in mind, it might take a little bit of research if you've never researched it before. One little tiny warning, since this does involve the tree of life system also. One little warning is that in this meditation, we are not actually doing the lesser banishing ritual. We're not doing the middle pillar ritual. Okay, so if you don't know what those are, you can go ahead and look those up, and just understand that when you do those specific rituals or those specific ceremonies, you kind of leave yourself open to certain metaphysical risks. So that's not the focus, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing this in a sitting meditation. I'm visualizing, using imagination to cleanse, align, and center myself, if that makes sense. Anyways, as much as it's going to make sense on this channel. All right, so here we go. So starting with the crystals. Obviously, you want to smudge all your crystals and be prepared to use them. Having a crystal, one or more for each chakra or energy point, is valuable. Having the information for that is valuable. And you want to get all that prepared before you do this. And usually what I do is I start with breathing. Okay. So, one second. Okay. So breathing. What we want to do is we want to close our eyes. We want to rest, be in a resting position. Breathe in. And breathe out. Deep breaths in and relaxing breath out. Now this step is to get yourself centered in the moment, okay? Releasing all other thoughts. You want to get yourself into the position of stillness in silence, right? So with every breath in and every breath out, more and more relaxed, centered, and in the present moment. So that's the first step, breathing. Right. Before I move on, one little trick that I do with this is I take my Moldavite, which I'm not going to do right now, but what I do is I take my Moldavite, which I have here, I put it under my beanie with the Moldavite touching my third eye, right? And along with that, I have Herkimer Diamond. Moldavite pairs really well with Herkimer Diamond. I put that also under my beanie, touching the Moldavite and my third eye. If you don't have Herkimer Diamond, you can use regular quartz crystal, okay? And if you don't have an abundance of crystals, you can just meditate with one universal crystal. I would recommend amethyst. I would recommend labradorite, or quartz crystal also. I have a bigger piece somewhere around here. I just don't know where it is right now. And if you don't have any of those, but you happen to have selenite, use selenite also. Along with the moldavite and the crystal underneath my beanie. I also throw under my beanie on top of my head where my crown chakra is. I throw a couple pieces of flattened out, this used to be one tumbled selenite, but I've split them in two, and I'll put those under there on the crown chakra, on the top of the head. Okay. All right. So after the breathing exercise, getting yourself in the moment, then you want to go to grounding, right? Now, so what you can start with is simply, let's take some black obsidian. I have here some black obsidian. Simply holding it in your palms, or just holding it in one palm, just like this, with one palm under the other, relaxed in your lap, with your eyes closed, breathing. Feel the energy center of your root chakra. And you can also combine the energy center of your solar plex chakra too. Not really the point of it. This is going to be the grounding step, okay? That's why we're using black obsidian. So, with the energy, with the root chakra, energy center, eyes closed, breathing, you want to imagine your energetic tentacles, energetic roots, reaching down into the earth itself. Okay, you don't have to physically be grounded, but it does help. It does help if you want to do this outside. You want to take your shoes off and socks off, put your feet in the grass, get grounded. Or if you're just like I am, sitting in your truck or your car, you can also just imagine your energetic, metaphysical roots going into the earth. Works just fine. Okay, starting with that, breathing and imagining your energy being combined with the earth. Okay, now, so after you've done that for a few moments, and you've gotten grounded, you've become in the moment with your breathing, then you want to keeping in mind this energy is going to stay grounded. So it maybe take some practice where a little bit of mind flexing, where each step has its own sustainable thought pattern. As you go through the rest of the steps, your energy is still grounding. You still got it in your mind. Your thought pattern's still thinking, okay, grounding, become one with the earth, pretty much, okay? And it might take a little bit of practice, but after a while, all these thought patterns will kind of sustain themselves. They'll kind of keep continuing as you focus on each step, right? So after grounding, now you want to divert your attention to your crown chakra. But just before we do that, this is what I want you to do. Close your eyes. And let's see, for the crystal on this one, we're going to use, let's use Super 7, okay? Super 7, connecting with the divine crown chakra. You go ahead and put that in your hand, put that relaxed in your lap. And with the eyes closed, imagine a portal of light above your head, okay? Above your crown chakra. This portal of light opens up, and a pillar of light comes down and surges through and down into where you're rooting, okay? Through all your energy centers, right? Okay, so once you have that visualized, the light coming down, bring that energy to your crown chakra with your crystal in hand, and spend a couple moments feeling that energy, making your crown chakra brighter, or your aura in general, your entire light being shining as bright or brighter than the sun, okay? So with that step, crown chakra, with that pillar of light coming down, now you want to bring that light even further to your to your third eye chakra. Okay, and we're going to repeat this step. Now with the third eye chakra, I have here some amethyst. Go ahead and just hold the amethyst. You know, you can also have your crystals, obviously, underneath your beanie or cap or whatever, or band. And that's not necessary, but if you want to get the most out of this full alignment meditation, it really does help. It really does. So with amethyst in hand, bringing that attention down to your third eye chakra. Keep the breathing. You after a couple moments, you might feel a little bit of tension, maybe even a little bit of a headache right here in the center, and that's perfectly normal. Okay, the more you do this, the less, if it's uncomfortable at first, the more you do this, the less discomfort you'll feel. What you're doing actually is you're clearing that energy. You're kind of like clearing the energy. You're empowering the energy, and you can feel it right here on your third eye. Right. So after you've done that step, we go down, and that pillar of light continues, keeping in mind that your new, as you go through the steps, your thought patterns can become sustainable. Your crown chakra still has the attention paid to it. Your third eye still has the attention paid to it. Okay, and what you'll find is that your mind will go back and forth to I don't know what the word is, your mind will put more attention back and forth between your chakras. Crown chakra, third eye, throat. And as we go down, crown, third eye, throat. As we go down, the energy coming down. Now, the system of the energy coming from above, coming down, that's the Kabbalic method. The energy coming from below, coming up, is the chakra method. Okay, in this alignment meditation. Anyways, so for the light coming down, now that it's past the third eye, we're going to go through the throat chakra, which is this area right here, right? This whole area right here. Why am I saying this entire area? Because we're combining both Kabbalic meditation and chakra meditation. You have a huge energy sphere here, and in the chakra meditation, they say it's just here. But this is where the energy is focused, right? For the throat chakra, I'm going to use lapis lazuli, right? So holding the lapis lazuli in your hand, doing the same thing. Bring that energy, that light pillar, and vibrate that energy through your throat chakra. Now, I did skip a step, so this is where you might want to take your notes and go back to the beginning. So I'm going to insert the step. I said Reiki healing, right? Okay. I forgot to bust out my cards, but if you're familiar with Reiki, you'll understand that Reiki has its own ceremonial, specific, signature symbols, right? So what you can do is you can get yourself a deck of Reiki symbol cards, draw them yourself, sketch them on your hand, or just have them in your mind. And that's along with your crystals. Starting out with smudging your crystals, you want to start out with your Reiki symbols in mind. They can be in front of you. Like I said, I like to visualize them on the palms of my hand. You'll get a lot more out of this meditation if you incorporate that on the additional thought patterns, or on your thought patterns. Reiki symbols visualized in some way, I like to do them on the hand. Anyways, back to the chakras. So with the throat chakra, with the lapis lazuli or whatever blue crystal you have, I also have here blue laced agate, and I also have here celestite for channeling. Okay, it's all the same thing. Like I said, if you don't have these specific crystals, you can use a generalized crystal. Get yourself an amethyst. Okay, they're not too expensive. Okay, so with that energy center now focused on the throat chakra, that light pillar coming down, and once you have felt those energies, you've vibrated them, you've cleared them, you've exercised them. Now you can go down to the heart chakra. Okay, the heart chakra, in this case, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use pink quartz. Excuse me, rose quartz. We're going to use rose quartz. You can also use malachite, and I also have some emerald. I didn't bust out, but you can also use emerald. Anything green, anything pink, or like I said, you can use a general amethyst, overall good protection amethyst, or labradorite, excuse me. Okay, so now on this step, as that light pillar comes down and descends down from your crown, your third eye, and your throat chakra, now we're going to focus on the heart chakra. And in this step, what you want to do is you want to take your crystal. You can do it in either hand. I believe the correct way is to put the crystal in your right hand. Put that over your heart chakra and cover it over with the other hand. Okay? So same thing with the breathing, sustainable thought patterns, light pillar coming down. Now what you want to do is you want to feel the energy in your heart chakra emanate. You want to bring that energy out. Okay? So I don't really have, too much of a keen way of explaining, how to exercise these chakras. I just know that when you put your attention on them, you have faith and trust in the universe. If you don't believe in any of this stuff, probably not going to do you much good. But there was at one point where I didn't believe in this sort of stuff. I didn't know anything about it, but I proved to myself that this really does work, and you should be able to feel the energy, right? So heart chakra, energy coming out with the hands over, breathing exercises. Okay, so just focus on that for a while, keeping in mind that light pillar, bright as the sun, that portal of light still above your crown chakra, still energizing all your chakras, right? So heart chakra. Okay, and after a few moments of doing that, once you're settled in that, don't forget to feel the love, everything that the heart chakra emanates. Okay, now we're going to bring the attention down to the solar plex chakra. And for the solar plex chakra, let me see. I think I like to use labradorite, but I believe you can also use citrine, and in this case I have processed citrine, which is amethyst. It works just as well. You can also use that. You can also use tiger's eye, which I do have. I believe now that you're down here, you can also use, what is this one? Bloodstone. You can use an agate, I believe. You can use amethyst. This is, I believe this is bloodstone. I forgot the actual name of this one, but yeah, you can use bloodstone. Anyways, I'm gonna use citrine. So with your solar plex chakra step, okay, it's the same thing as the heart chakra. Holding your hands over, holding the crystal here, doing the breathing. Keep in mind all those sustainable thought patterns of the chakras and the energy, the visualization and the imagination. Now, what you want to do is you want to activate your solar plex chakra. So in this case, what you can do is you can do a regular breathing, but you can also do a rapid breathing. And this is what that looks like. Breathing in, and then rapid breathing, rapid exhales. And feel it here in your solar plex, in the belly. Okay? And you want to feel that energy become activated, right? So this is where things might get a little complicated, but bear with me here. Okay, I've never explained this before. So activating the solar plex chakra, or using any method that you find on YouTube or the internet when it comes to the meditations of the solar plex or your power center, go ahead and use those exercises when we get down to this step. Same thing, pillar of light coming down and activating all these energy centers. So now that you've activated, after a few moments, your energy center of your solar plex chakra, we're going to move down to the sacral chakra. And for the sacral chakra, I have here some carnelian. I got it. I didn't space out that time. I got some carnelian here. And so now we're just going to hold it in our hand and we're going to place it in our lap just like we did with the other chakras. Okay? So the only two that I hold, to my body are the heart chakra and the solar plex chakra. And now that we have the carnelian, or you can also use jasper, red jasper. I have here a few pieces of that, or you can use the bloodstone. And if you don't have any of that, like I said, a general crystal, or you could probably even make rose quartz stretch out. This is also like a generalized healing crystal for any part of the body you want. Carnelian. Holding it in your lap, same thing. Okay? Feel the energy centers. Feel the pleasure and the bliss throughout your entire body. Okay? And don't forget those thought patterns and the imagination, the energy center going all the way down. So after a few moments of exercising that chakra, it shouldn't take too long. Now we're going to focus on the root chakra again. And when you get to this point of the root chakra, what you want to do, let's see, how do I explain this? What you want to do is you want to, keeping in mind the energy, the grounding energy, okay? That's still going on through this entire thing. 21:40 on the clock. What you want to do is when you get down to that root chakra, just take a moment to vibrate. I'll just say vibrate. Energize, vibrate, clear. Pay attention to the root chakra. Okay, go ahead and take a moment to do that. And then, what you want to do, first of all, you may want to look up you may want to look up the sacred secretion. Study the sacred secretion. Okay, the fluid that goes from the root chakra, the base of the spine, all the way back up the body and to the crown chakra. Okay, this energy follows the spinal cord, going all the way up. It's called the sacred secretion. I don't want to spend too much time explaining it, but you might want to look it up. Okay, so down there at the root chakra, after you've given some attention and you're ready to do it, go ahead and send that sacred secretion up the spine. And when this happens, what you may or may not feel, what you essentially should feel, I believe, in my opinion, is as that energy goes up the spine, you should be able to feel energy flowing from your crown chakra all the way down the sides of your body. As you're doing this, you're down here at the root chakra, you're sending up that sacred secretion. You should be able to feel the energies coming down from your crown chakra all the way down the base of your spine and further. You could do this standing up, but this general alignment meditation doesn't need to be done standing up. When you stand up, I believe you start getting into the realm of like just the Kabbalic rituals, I would say. Okay. And I, just for safe measure, I like to stay away from the full-on ritual, but more or less be conscious and aware of the spheres of the tree of life, the energy centers of the tree of life. You have two energy centers right here. Okay, one is you would say is the feminine, and one is the masculine. And going down, you have those two pillars going all the way down. But this meditation focuses mostly on the middle pillar in relation with the chakras. Okay, so sacred secretion up the spine, energy flowing down the sides. Okay, and then pretty much what you want to do, we're kind of coming to a close here, but what you want to do, if you have the time, is you want to go back up the chakras doing the same exact thing, breathing, don't forget the grounding, the Reiki symbols, the what did I say? The breathing, the imagination, the pillar of light, all that same thing. It's all going to be there. Just exercise your mind, expand your horizons, and keep all those thought patterns in mind. That the more imagination and attention you put to these energy centers, the more you go back to them, the more your body, your spirit, your subconscious, everything is going to respond in kind. Okay, I'm not really a great explainer, but it's my way of explaining. Okay, so now we're going back up the chakras. Okay, keeping in mind the grounding into the earth. Really feel the earth as you're doing this. Back up the chakras, and what I like to do is I like to skip when I go back up. I like to skip the different crystals and just use one good powerful crystal. And in this case, I use labradorite. Just relax, just sitting here, and now it's all about the mind. Now it's all metaphysical. You just root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye. And when you get back to the third eye, this is where you want to have intention. Okay? Have intention, have scripting, have everything ready, beforehand. That's great. But then once you go back up to this energy center in the third eye, that is where all your intentions, your scripting, your prayers, your intentions on healing, that's where all that's going to come in handy. Because by the time you get back up here, this is going to be fully charged and it's going to be capable of doing pretty much whatever you want. If it's healing, if it's manifestation, if it's just focus, exercising your imagination, what have you. You could do anything with this third eye chakra. And what I like to do is that's where I like to, keeping in mind the pillar of light, the brighter than the sun that's coming all the way down. When you get back up here to the third eye, that's where you want to basically open up that silver screen. Pretend like your entire life, with your eyes closed, your entire life is now on the movie screen. Okay? Huge, beautiful, bright light. And imagine what intentions you want for your life. How you want to feel about your life. How much abundance, or the kind of abundance you want in your life. Health, wealth, relationships, security, prosperity, aspirations for the future, anything you can pretty much imagine. You just go ahead and tailor it to your own personage. So after spending some time, now that you've come back up here, watching your life on the silver screen. Okay, this is a very simple way of doing it. There's other extensive meditations you can do with the third eye, but in this overall extensive, alignment meditation, I like to just focus on my manifestations, how I feel my life is, kind of like in the future, but in the now moment. Keeping in mind what we did in the beginning, how we brought ourselves to the present moment. You're bringing everything to the present moment. Your positivity, your healing, your dreams, and your aspirations, everything that you want and you love about your life, or that you want to love about your life, bring that to the present time. Okay? So you've done that. You've watched your life play out in that beautiful, bright silver screen. And now you bring your attention back in here. You're in the present moment. Back in, and then go back up to the crown chakra, and back up to your to this portal of light. You are grounded with the earth, and you are connected with the divine in this full alignment meditation. Okay? And this is probably where I think it would be best to voice your appreciation, your acknowledgement to the universe, your oneness with the universe. You are the universe. You're thankful, and all the different details of how you are thankful, of everything that you have in the present moment. Okay? Communicating with the divine and keeping in mind that you are this portal of light, this pillar of light. Okay? And you can do this extensively. You can keep this energy flowing. You can keep the energy flowing. The grounding coming up, the light coming down, the sacred secretion going up, the energy coming down to the side, and some benefits you might be able to experience. The most certainly if you exercise this meditation, one thing I can recommend about it is that this is probably the perfect way to align your feminine and masculine sides. Okay? So if you feel like you've ever been detached from your feminine side, detached from your masculine side, I believe this full alignment meditation to help integrate both those metaphysical sides of yourself. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other steps to it. It combines all the efficient principles of the principles of metaphysical methods and meditation that have stood the test of time over hundreds and thousands of years. Okay. And one more thing, I wouldn't skip the step. First of all, I wouldn't skip the step of acknowledging, being thankful, but I also wouldn't skip the step of the Reiki symbols and the healing. Okay. This is something that I've personally experienced. Once I learned it, I realized that there is tremendous power in visualizing Reiki symbols. Whether or not you visualize them just in your mind, visualize them on your hand, actually draw them physically or have them in front of you. I wouldn't skip that step because if there's always healing that's involved with meditation. Okay. And when you're doing these alignment, when you're clearing chakras, when you're energizing your chakras, whatever you're doing, when you're putting attention on them, there's always some form of healing involved. And Reiki specifically is the perfect middle ground for, the Reiki symbol is the perfect middle ground for healing. And if that thought pattern is integrated into your alignment meditation and it's sustained there, it will also kind of like piggyback on all the other attention you give to all these other steps. Well, I hope that was helpful. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. Cool. If there's enough questions, I'll probably do a second part to this meditation, this explanation. I hope you got something out of it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you're subscribed for more tarot videos. I'm going to start putting some stuff together, but I wanted to get this sort of middle ground video going before we get further into January, February readings. I appreciate you letting me share my meditation with the collective. My name is Ryan. You've been watching CrossWatcher. Namaste. I love you guys. I see you guys, and I'll see you later.